So today we're going to be taking a look at a scenario where civilization starts over. In the last episode, we saw a lot of things happening, such as a lot of exploration of Eastern Europe and Central Europe. We saw the Gold Team form, which is a pretty powerful country. The Brown Team had a little bit of a civil war, and overall, many countries popped up. But in today's video, we're going to be looking at more of that. And do you guys enjoy it? Like and subscribe. But before we get to all the forming of countries, we have to add something, and that something is called cities. And here are the major cities, so I kind of took into account where the series started. In fact, I should probably put more cities where they started. But this is our city map. This will be used mainly for wars, and I will keep it off when, we don't need wars. But for the first real event of this video happening, we're going to be having a Egyptian country form. They form, of course, what? They form, of course, out of this northern Egyptian area. And they go down the Nile. Now, if this isn't where the Nile is, I don't really care. But they also go down and up the Mediterranean coast. And their capital will be right here. They will, of course, go ahead and explore more into Asia. However, they don't go too far, as they really are focusing on expanding their country. And after a couple of years, their country looks something like this. The blue team will also expand upon their colony over here in Bosnia/Montenegro. But the blue team just got a leader, and this leader is an expansionist conqueror. So this leader is going to go ahead and invade the green team, and they are going to get pretty far. They take a major city, and they start to eye up another one, eventually taking that too. And they start taking a lot of land from this green team, eventually taking the capital, and then a stalemate is reached right about here. Over here in their colony, they will expand upon it, and of course, they will also invade the Slovenian country because they are a conqueror, and they should feel like they should own the whole world. And then they take another major city. The red team, who's kind of mad about this expansion, though, will go ahead and invade the blue team. However, it is very difficult because this area is being heavily fortified by blue troops, and no further gain is reached. Back over here in Africa, we see the green team has pushed back the blue team a lot, and they're starting to eye up their capital from the south. But over here in Slovenia, the Slovenians push back and they take back both of their major cities, and then they establish a front line that looks like this. They also make a landing on this part of Turkey, and they take all of it. Back over here in Iberia, the red team has pushed in from this northern front line, but over here in the Portuguese region, they have been pushed back, not to the border, but the major city they captured is recaptured by the blue team. But a blue team general manages to take all of this land and encircle it. Eventually, like I said, they will take it. All of these troops die and they flee into the desert and then they die because, the desert is hot. But from here, the rest of the green team will be occupied by blue troops, and they can now use this area, and they can make cities and more ports. But also, they will have to bring their troops back and make them fight in the Iberian Peninsula, where it isn't going too well for them. Back over here in Slovenia, though, we do see the Slovenians push back in the central area. However, the blue team made a landing in the next to the capital, and they start to encircle it. The Slovenians will pull back their troops from the south, and they will use them to strike across. And this is now the new front line. Coming here to the Sicily area, this area right here, they actually rebel, and they take the rest of the Italian peninsula with them. Seeing this kind of weakness, the brown team is going to go ahead and occupy the Genoa area and fully take it. And the red team is starting to push in to the blue team once again, and they start taking more major cities. This is kind of their revenge for, not necessarily breaking away, but, they sent explorers down here and they rebelled technically. So, yeah. And they killed anybody who wanted to stay part of the red team. The pink team will land on Sardinia and fully capture it. Well, Corsica goes ahead and rebels. This colony right here also rebels from the blue team. And now we can see the weakness of the blue team's colonization as more areas of this blue colony also rebels. And eventually all of this colony goes ahead and breaks away, and then Slovenia gets their land back. The pink team is going to go ahead and steal these islands. And over here in Portugal, the blue team has been fully kicked out of the Portuguese area, and they are getting close to collapsing. It has multiple pockets of the occupied areas of the green team rebel away, and even the capital is retaken. And after they really start to get destroyed in the African region, the blue team will surrender. And let's take a look at this peace treaty. In this peace treaty, we can see that the blue team has been reduced. So let's just start over here. Their colony in Anatolia went ahead and rebelled and formed their own country, and that is now the brown country. Slovenia did take some land from the blue team's colony right here, but that was released into this new purple team, which looks pretty nice on the map. This new pink Sicily country is now a thing, as well as this cyan Corsica country. I kind of forgot the name for a second. The green team took pretty much, no, they did take all of the blue team's presence in Africa. The red team over here, they took a lot of land. They took land that connects to the Mediterranean Sea, and they also took pretty much all of the Portuguese region. And then with the rest of the blue team land, they did let them remain, but they did split it in two with this new pink nation right here. And that was pretty much all of the peace treaty. I don't think I forgot anything. Oh no, the brown team took the Genoan claim right here. But a pretty big empire just fell, and that's not good. Or maybe it is. We will never know. But after the war, we see the gold country exploring a lot into Norway and Sweden until eventually three countries pop up in this area. That being these three countries: the Norwegian team, the yellow Swedish country, and then the dark blue Swedish country. The gold team does not like this. They just explored a bunch of this region up here, and then just three countries kind of cock blocked them from getting anything, so they're probably mad about this. All three of these countries will get four cities each, and their capitals will be here, here, and here. A lot of these Eastern European countries will start to explore into this Eastern European area. The Swedish, the Polish, and the gold team will discover all of at least the Baltics, and also large portions of Finland, and also parts of Scandinavia. From here, a couple new countries will form, that being an orange Bulgarian country, and a brown kind of Belarusian slash Ukrainian slash whatever this is country. From here, this gold country will expand to where they can because they really want to do some expansion. This blue country will also expand going eastwards, as well as Slovenia. This Bulgarian country fully take all of the Thrace area, and they will also meet up with these guys' borders. The Lime team is going to go ahead and cut the Bulgarians off, which is going to make the Bulgarians mad, but they can't really do anything right now. The Gold Country, who is they're still mad about this up here, so they're gonna take out their anger on this Polish country. And when you thought the Dutch thing was bad, just look at this. And of course, they are fully annexed into the the, the gold empire, I would say. So we can go ahead and add the city there, and then we can erase the capital, and that is now just a major city of the gold country, and they form a capital of a pink country. The green country in Anatolia is going to go ahead and expand along the borders of the pink and the blue teams. But those countries also have to do their fair share. But then we see Cyprus make a landing in the Lebanon slash Syria area, and they reach the Mesopotamian area, and they're flourishing in this area. However, they don't know that it's going to be better. They think this is pretty good so far, but they don't know that there is way better land in Iraq. They're just in the Syrian region for now. Egypt will also explore around this area. So yeah. And after a couple of years, all of the Anatolian area is fully discovered by a group of countries. Sweden is going to go ahead and make a landing inside of this area, and they're also going to make a landing in this region, Estonia. But a new country is formed, that being the pink team, which completely cuts the Swedish off from expanding. So they're mad about this. However, there isn't really anything they could do. They do take these islands though. This brown country over here in Poland, Ukraine, whatever, Slovakia, they're gonna go ahead and expand to the border of the gold team. And once again, it looks like they're about to get cut off from expanding once again. A new greenish country will form up in Kaliningrad. And let's take a look at the division of this area in between right here. And this is what it looks like. The gold team getting most of it, but this green country does get a fair amount of land. And the gold team is now officially cut off from expansion. And they will not be invading the brown or green countries because first of all, the green countries probably also get cut off, and then with the brown team, eventually that would just cause a coalition to form against you. So I don't recommend you invade these two more. I mean, maybe you can invade some of these smaller countries over here, but just don't invade eastward. So the gold team has been rapidly expanding their not kind of infrastructure. It's interesting what they're doing, but they are also connecting it up into Denmark, and eventually it reaches into Sweden, and it goes two ways. It also finally connects up to Sicily, and this trade route that is going for the green team has connected up with Libya's capital. However, it ends right there. This trade route is going to go ahead and get continued into the capital of Slovenia. It also gets continued into the purple team, but stops at Greece. In a new trade route over here that is being made by the green country, is connecting all of these Anatolian capitals and even goes up into Bulgaria. But anyways, that is going to do it for this video. I know this was a little bit shorter compared to normal, but I have to do some things, so yeah. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.